Hello, hello, hello to all. My name is Rach and it's been 2 weeks since I had my shoulder surgery. It was 2 weeks yesterday that I had surgery on my right shoulder. It was an arthroscopic posterior labral repair. Say that 10 times and quickly. Thankfully the surgery went really well. This is just a bit of a rundown on how things have been going for the past 2 weeks and also kind of what's in my future. So as I said, the surgery actually went really well. The only things that sucked from my point of view was I didn't get to watch on the screen. Coming round from the sedation was pretty shitty, and then also not quite understanding the results of the surgery. So the arthroscopic surgery, it was just a nerve blocker and you could watch what was going on the screen, but unfortunately I was finding it really painful, so I ended up with sedation. Not a general anaesthetic, just sedation. When I was coming round from this sedation, it was incredibly painful. It was very intense. I was in a lot of distress. I was like clawing up my own chest. Thankfully those scratches were just superficial and they've gone now. But yes, it really sucked, and apparently the nerve blocker hadn't hit everything and they put another one in which did do the job. The nurses in the hospital were so fantastic, both in the recovery and in the ward. Not just the nurses, all the doctors, the surgeons, everybody there was just so amazing, and it felt like they all went above and beyond, holding my hand when I was really frustrated or scared, just listening as I was crying over the results and not knowing and questioning my future. Luckily, or rather fortunately, it's all through the NHS and they are so amazing. They are fantastic. I will say during coming round I was just crying and asking for my mum and for Charles. Now this is Charles. He is my comfy. I don't care, I'm 28. He's been all over the world with me and he's just absolutely fantastic. But I was asking for my mother and for Charles, but in reality, when they gave me the phone to speak to my mum, I actually said, I don't want to fucking speak to you, I just want you to bring Charles. I am a delightful daughter. Also, when it came to understanding what had happened, my surgeon and consultant had come round, but I wasn't fully aware of anything he'd said. Thankfully he did call me the next day just to confirm how well it went, and also to confirm that it was only 2 weeks in a sling. So that was great news. I was really excited about that. A couple of hours after speaking to him, I was in the treatment centre getting my sling swapped over, and I ended up with this bad boy. So with this bad boy, I then spent 2 weeks doing this. Anytime I was in a bad mood or off mood or something was painful, my dad would just come along and squeeze that ball, and genuinely makes no sound. We were making the sounds. My dad can't do it properly and his version of it is more like a honk. So I got a lot. As you can see, the level of entertainment I got out of that. I am calm. So I got a lot of entertainment out of that. And lots of people think that 2 weeks isn't very long in a sling, and I thought it was going to be a lot longer. Other professionals had said that it would probably be a lot longer, but obviously I'm going to listen to my consultant. And a couple of days ago, when I went to the treatment centre again to see what was happening with my sling, he was like, there we go, you can just take it off. I was beaming from ear to ear. Not that anyone can tell because I was wearing a mask. Stay safe, wear a mask. I was just smiling so much and laughing, and it was fantastic news. Apparently the data on keeping it a sling, the stiffness and rehab, it's all very kind of, it will repair faster in a sling, but then we'll have to combat the stiffness that will happen. And even then, I haven't been given any exercises because it's all just rest it. Very, very light use, and this with my left arm, I'm not supposed to bring it even above my shoulder. And everything has to be with my elbow down. That sounds super random, but go and touch a light switch and you'll realise your elbow goes all the way out. I didn't realise this until he showed me, and I was like, light bulb. So the physio was absolutely fantastic explaining everything to me. I did want to know a bit more in detail about what had gone on, and because lots of things were just clarification here and there. He went into it a little bit more detailed, looking over my notes and showing me the photos. Unfortunately, the bad news is I have class 3 and class 4 arthritis in my right shoulder on about a third of it, which at 28 fucking sucks. It's shit. There's no other way of saying it. That's just how it is. And that's a long-term thing. That's not something you can repair. The only way to repair it is with a shoulder replacement. They don't do those on younger people, and also they only last about 10 or so years. Some other things he did say were activities like whitewater kayaking, which I'm going to claim is all this. When in reality I spend lots of my time upside down and swimming. That wouldn't work very well for my shoulder. Outdoor ed was genuinely just like a no-go for going back to as a career. And also things like wakeboarding, which I'm going to claim is all this. And in reality it's mostly this.
3, 2, 1, go.
Is very much like, he said it would put a lot of pressure on the back of my shoulders. Yeah, that's shit. I said all the sports I do, whitewater kayaking, wakeboarding, sailing and outdoor ed stuff, he was just like shaking his head. But again, to be confirmed. But if I keep doing lots of things, I can keep damaging my shoulders. And as I said, this is for life, as it were. But hey ho. The plan then for the future, there isn't one necessarily. I've started looking at college courses and I've started thinking of other things to do, trying to speak to careers and trying to make the best of a bad situation, I guess. I've got a few ideas. But in reality it's really shit. I was really passionate about my work and I always saw the water as very healing. Not like a, ooh, let's bathe in it and my life is amazing, my body feels so rejuvenized. It was more of a, you leave your problems on the side and just have a good time. If you take your problems on the water, you're going to have a bad time. It was like therapy for me. And we did discuss some things. In fact, my physio was awesome because we were discussing sports and maybe canoeing. And I was like, you can fit more beers in a canoe. And he just went, cut out the middleman, like cut the cans out, just pour the beers in, we can get a straw and you can paddle around in circles. Which I thought was amazing. Why is the physio encouraging this? But yeah, it's only kind of hit me emotionally a couple of times, and I think that's just because I've been so busy. But I guess watch this space. I thought these videos were all going to be about rehabbing shoulders, losing weight, and getting back into the outdoors. That may not be the case. Just have to see where life takes me now. Anyway, why are you so emotional? I know this hasn't been the most fun or stupid video I have made, but it's an update, and I said I would always be real and never sugarcoat things. And if I said everything was perfect, that's about as realistic as me starting to shit gold. But as always, thank you for listening. Stay safe, and I'll see you real soon. Normally I would put some stupid bloopers from filming, but I thought I would add one of the many things that I used to enjoy as part of my job. Enjoy.
Loudest one yet!